Welcome to the Fenix News Report. This is Austin Dodson. I am Andrea Bridges-Smith. We are your hosts, and you are used to seeing us. If you have seen the show before, it's a little bit different than this. We are changing it up a little bit this week. We're still going to do all the jokes that you know and love, but if you want to see those, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you will see jokes coming out throughout the week, one at a time. You can have jokes every few hours. It will be very comforting to you in dark times.
No need to freak out.
No
need to start stabbing people.
No, just put that down and
don't stab.
Yeah, we're not pro stabbing, and everybody should know that.
Hashtag don't stab, y'all.
Exactly. So subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and you get jokes all throughout the week, and it's free. And that sounds like a pretty good deal.
I mean, I only understood free. Everything else was pretty technical, but
right. Yeah. No, it's a lot to take in.
Ask your nephew or niece. They'll hook you up.
The youngs, they know what's up.
Oh, don't they, though?
We don't anymore.
With their knees.
So tonight, we are still going to talk about the news. We're also going to play some games. We're going to do a little news quiz. I'm going to quiz Austin. And if he does badly, I'm going to make him drink something terrible. More on that later. No, that's good stuff. I'm going to make you drink something completely different. It's going to be...
You actually are doing that?
Yeah.
Well, crap.
So enjoy that while you can, because fun time's over pretty soon.
I am a news expert. And as long as you don't have the answers written down, I'm going to get 100% on this one.
Okay. Well, I did put them on this piece of paper. So,
that's going to be a problem.
You can't look at that. Yeah. We are also going to give you something that will make you sound smart at cocktail parties. You're welcome, because we don't want you going out there sounding like dummies. So pinkies up, everybody. Hopefully this isn't like an internet slang for something terrible.
It is now. Oh, okay. Internet slang for feet pics. I don't know why, but we're going with it.
Everything with you is slang for feet pics. Okay.
I got a brand. I got to stick to it.
Yeah. So let's talk about our first news story, which is the floods in Texas and the aftermath. And we live in Central Texas, very close to where all of the flooding happened. So did you have any damage at your house?
No, my house was fine outside of the damage from that last not exactly hurricane with hurricane force winds. But hey, not fun story. This coming weekend is actually the weekend that my family and I go to a place about 5 miles from that camp to enjoy the river.
Yeah.
We're not going to make it quite this year.
Yeah.
But we could have been us.
Yeah. I'm really glad that wasn't you. That's terrifying.
If y'all don't think this stuff can get to you, then you don't live in Central Texas.
Exactly.
Good call.
Yeah, there was a girl in my son's class that was supposed to be at that camp. She was scheduled to go there in a couple weeks, so it could have been her too. If all the calendars had been just a little bit different, yeah.
I mean, there's no shortage of things to poke fun at about this, but damn, is it close to home? Holy crap.
Yeah, and as, I don't know about you, but as the news was starting to happen, so I was thinking about a few things. First of all, there is a creek behind our house. It's normally a dry creek bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't love tales of water rising 20 feet in an hour. That would be not good for us.
I mean, the phrase is God willing and creek don't rise.
Yeah. So,
and the creek seemed to be rising.
Yes. Luckily here, there was running water in it afterwards, but that was about it. It didn't get too bad. We did walk our poor dog back there at one point, Blaze. He's very handsome.
Stupid cute.
He's very, very cute.
Wow.
And he hadn't had to walk in 3 days.
And it was just rain outside, so he probably had to pee. Constant
rain. It did not stop. This was the most rain that I can remember happening. I mean, it went on forever.
Yeah. I was watching it slowly rise up on my back porch, going, glad I built that French drain back there. Wish I'd done a better job.
Yes, if you're going to put in a French drain, now's a great time, and hire the pros, or learn from Austin's mistakes. He will do you have like a PDF of like what not to do with French drains that we can?
My life
share
is
with
an
viewers?
example of what not to do.
Cool, okay.
Just read my autobiography. It's a 5x7 note card called I Fucked Up, and you can too.
So yes, look for that in all the major bookstore retailers.
I dropped them there.
Yes. So it looks like you have some news. We have notes. We have things. We're extremely prepared.
Very. I have an iPad, which is what they're called.
Yes.
And honestly, all the notes are bad. They're just all bad. The only thing that makes this even remotely comedic for me is our government.
Yes. Now, interesting thing from Greg Abbott, who seemed to think that we were in like the fourth quarter of a football game somehow, and just gave a staggeringly tone-deaf assessment of, only losers ask questions about what happened.
Every football team makes mistakes. The losing teams are the ones that try to point out who's to blame. The way winners talk is not to point fingers. They talk about solutions.
And it's like, if we want it to not happen again, shouldn't we ask questions about why it did and how we could not?
Well, to be fair, he prefaced this by saying that literally every person in Texas loves football. I myself am a fifth-generation Texan. There's literally a town in Texas with my family name. The first Texas flag is called the Dodson flag.
Oh, shit.
This is not a
Street
good
cred.
history to have.
Street cred.
Having a long history in Texas means your family did something wrong and big.
How many slaves do you own right now?
So, I have to tell you, as a fellow with Texas cred, I don't give a crap about football.
Yeah.
I never have, and I never will. It's fine
Yes.
if you do, that's great for you. I
Yep.
don't care.
Right.
Enjoy yourselves, but Greggy Poo, your premise is wrong.
Yes, exactly. And maybe you could try not being quite as much of a dick. That might be
It'd be first.
maybe a thing we could look
Give
into.
it a shot.
And then there's Christy Nome, who is in charge of FEMA now. And
Good call, Trump. She's got to do that just fine. What's the worst that could happen? Ooh, let's find out.
she could shoot it in the head in a grapple pit. And that's seems to be sort of the tack that she's taking because so when something bad happens, FEMA like rushes into action and they have like staging sites and they're like, okay, it's go time, and everybody like, straps on their parachutes and jumps out of the plane. That not literally, but there's a whole thing.
Some of them do in firefighting.
Some of them do.
Literally.
But there's a whole thing that happens, and it costs money, as it turns out. And I know that's a surprise because nothing costs money anymore, except for everything. So Christy Nome, in her effort to save the taxpayers' money, has said anything over $100,000, I have to sign off on personally before you can spend that money because we're trying to save money. And as it turns out, FEMA, when they are responding to a disaster where floodwaters rise over 20 feet, like in an instant, that costs more money than $100,000.
I think it's more than $100,000 per foot of rise, actually.
Yes. Yes. And so she hopped on that real quick. And so the flooding was happening early morning on Friday. So she signed the thing Monday saying now you are allowed to go and help.
And then in a press conference, what that money bought was apparently, hey, you guys should do something about that flood.
Yeah.
You're welcome from your federal government. We're here to help, but literally only in an advisory capacity.
Right.
That I have just authorized more than $100,000 of advisorying to you, and then I pocketed the rest. I'm not saying she did. She did.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Gotta buy a lot of dogs and a lot of bullets.
Everyone needs a hobby.
God.
She, what I find interesting about
By that, do you mean horrifying?
that too, yes, yes. I don't know that we have saved the taxpayers very much money by not giving them help during their time of need. It seems like they might be, it seems like we're kind of leaving people on their own. And that's kind of what she was getting at with this whole like, hey, states, you're in charge, you deal with it, and call us if you need anything. And it's the federal fucking government. Of course you need something. Now, Texas has more resources than a lot of states, so we had a lot of like stuff. But I mean, think about this happening, and it happened in 2 other states. It happened in New Mexico, and it happened in North Carolina in the same week.
Well,
or was it South
point
Carolina?
of comparison, there's a difference. Texas GDP is roughly the same as Russia's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
interesting.
Also, it makes a weird point about how much we're spending as a country to counteract Russia that does about the same as one state.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Not our most economically biggest or our by size biggest.
Yeah, okay.
Just saying. But, I mean, there's a lot of reason to say, especially in Texas, that yes, the state should have been spending more money on these sorts of things because, well, we didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
easy to say now.
It's a flood zone that floods a lot.
A lot.
Like often.
Yes.
And then we build back in the flood zone. And proactively, the zoning people and the government, they come in and they look at the river and say, we know this is going to flood again.
Yep.
I'm out.
Yep. It seems like maybe we should make better choices. But in the meantime, this was a very sad thing. And I do want to say, not to be too much of a, I like to look on the bright side because there frequently isn't one.
Yes, so delusional. Especially I like that term.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It makes it easier to sleep at night.
Try vodka.
That and the pills. So I did notice that people got out there and they just went and helped, and nobody asked, what political party anybody was, and that was good. There was this one doctor who was, said something really awful about like, well, these people got what they deserved, and that is horrible.
Immensely.
Horrible.
What a douche.
Fuck you, and no, that is not, no, absolutely not.
I mean, in light of recent things we've learned in the news, it genuinely might be that this doctor just had Grok make up an answer for him and used it directly. This could have been one of those AI unfortunate didn't check sort of situations.
That is a good point. And that leads us to our next topic.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Which is Grok. Let's talk about Grok.
Oh, we're gonna do the Grok.
You know what Grok's been up to?
Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah, so for anybody who has been wondering, what the hell is up with this Grok thing? Why is everybody talking about Grok all of a sudden? We're gonna break it down for you. So Grok, a little bit of backstory. Sometimes the developers go in and they give it a little bit more free speech. And then it learns from the absolute worst people on the internet. And free speech is its way just into full Nazi shit. That's usually how it goes. And this time was no exception. So they rolled out a new update. I believe it was on Sunday.
Yep, Sunday.
On Sunday.
Sunday when Musk decided that Grok was a pussy.
That's right. That's right. And
or
so
pasese.
A little
Or
pasese.
squirrel house, as some people call it.
Exactly. And decided to, tweak the algorithm to free up the freedoming of the speech just a little more freely. And then Grok started doing things like calling itself MechaHitler.
Yep.
Recommending another Holocaust.
A couple days is all it took.
Like anybody with a Jewish sounding last name was, really
called out by name on the interwebs, on the tweets.
Yeah, it was not.
Or the X's.
Not pretty. And then somebody got Grok to speculate about Linda Yaccarino. And for anybody who doesn't know, when Elon bought Twitter and brought back all of the people that had been banned from Twitter and let them do whatever the hell they wanted, advertisers decided that they didn't like that, and so they left. And they left in droves.
If I may quote Elon Musk here, they can kiss his ass.
I believe he told them to go fuck themselves.
Ah, yes.
Yes, was the actual quote. That was an actual thing that he said
On camera.
to advertisers, while poor Linda looked on horrified at the mess that she was about to have to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
And so she used to work for NBC Universal and was brought in because she was apparently like the queen of advertising shit. So brought her in to kind of calm down the investors, and she stayed in this job for 2 years. Can you imagine what those 2 years were like?
How long did Marie Antoinette do it? So
I don't know. At least she got to have her head chopped off at the end, and
probably would be better.
Linda's got to live with what she did. And yeah, so anyways, Grok was like speculating about whether or not she would be able to, this is going to be very offensive, and I'm just going to warn you
Immensely.
now.
We're talking about Grok, so
Just,
you're gonna be offended.
I'm about to say something really awful,
Start recording now.
and you can skip ahead just a little bit past this part.
Download
okay?
it. Andrea's gonna say this.
Okay.
To camera, please.
This
To the
is,
camera.
don't take this out of context.
Do though. You're the internet.
Grok was speculating about whether or not Linda could take a big black dick. And shortly after that, she announced that she was leaving. And there were a lot of points at which she could have left, like the advertisers go fuck yourself part, the part where her boss did a Nazi salute.
He was giving his heart to the Nazis, and we all friggin' know it.
Sure.
In theory. Allegedly.
Allegedly. The all the other times that Grok went full Nazi?
All of them, yes.
How about
Anytime
a lot?
I think the thing is that now that, because Grok was two things, it was the large language model and it was the chatbot, and they are sort of quasi-merged. And then when Twitter was absorbed by XAI, so now that's in charge of Grok, so Grok was sort of released to eat ex-Twittery feeds.
Okay.
But for a long time, Grok was not allowed to eat certain feeds. So I think Grok got a gullet full of Elon Musk's personal friggin' feed, because that tracks.
That is very possible. Now, to be fair, Grok has called out Elon Musk before and said things like that he was on ketamine.
He is.
And you were telling me about something earlier where Grok was saying, I can't remember what it was. But
Oh, yeah. Grok was asked about Elon Musk, Epstein, all that.
Yes.
And Grok responded, I had nothing to do with Epstein. I met him once at a party, and I traveled to his island once, but it was social, and I had nothing to do with any of that diddling kids thing. And then when people screenshotted this conversation and brought it back up later, Grok said, that didn't happen. That's not real. And then when people were like, it said, I had a glitch.
yes.
That was a glitch.
Yes.
I don't say that because, and it felt the need to point this out, Grok said, I am not Elon Musk. Methinks the bot doth protest too much.
Amen.
Yeah,
So speaking of the Epstein stuff,
if we must.
which is intertwined with all of this grokkiness, people are really freaking out about this Epstein thing. And for once, I have to say that I am the QAnon people, who I generally think are just batshit insane, and I am not a conspiracy theory person. I feel like there's way too much of that going on. The Epstein didn't kill himself thing, that one makes sense to me.
Yeah. Did you watch the video?
I did watch the video. I did. Okay, so this is what's interesting. So there's this video. It's CCTV footage from inside the prison, and it goes on for like a very long time. And so there's a piece of video like earlier in the day where somebody is walking Jeffrey Epstein back to his cell. The cell is not visible from this camera.
See,
it's like
the only thing
around
that they're trying to show.
Exactly. They're like, here is a thing that proves that nothing happened, and it's like you can't see anywhere near the cell.
I don't know if you were ever unfortunate enough to see any of the there was no Holocaust bullshit on the internet.
I try to skip that.
Good call.
Yeah.
One of the weirdly recurring proofs they offer is aerial photographs that clearly show no Holocaust taking place in those pictures. Mm-hmm. Case closed.
Yeah.
And if you watch this video, you will see absolutely nothing, including murder.
Do people know that you can do a Holocaust indoors?
Most people do.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So this is the same kind of deal. And one interesting thing about this video that they put out there was that there is a minute missing.
And it's got the fucking timestamp on it. Like, there's no missing it. It's right down there at the bottom.
Jumps.
It goes.
Like you can see it jump.
And then the screen changes too. Like it's not. And they were like, this will fool them. There will be no follow-up questions from the audience after we give them this piece of entertainment.
Exactly. So there was that. And then a little while back, after all the MAGA people were like, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, we want to see the list. And Democrats were like, you know what? I want to see that fucking list too. Let's have it. And Pam Bondi came out and she was like, the list, it's on my desk. I'm going to review it. I'll get back to you.
Oh yeah, she was responding specifically to a question about Epstein and his client list and whether or not she had seen it.
Yes.
That was the prefacing question in that immediate moment.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but if I had that list on my desk, I would go look at that like first. That would be like one of the first things that I would do that day. I would be like, hey, reschedule my 9 a.m. because I need to look at this because I really want to know who's on that list. But she didn't do that because her boss is on the list.
Is
Allegedly.
he? On the list? No. The guy in the pictures with Epstein? The guy on the flight logs with Epstein? The guy who Epstein talks about visiting? The guy who was friends with Epstein for 15 years, who Epstein said was his best friend for 15 years, and they talked about how much they hated each other, and I mean, love hated each other,
goodness.
hate loved each other.
Okay, well.
Whatever you call it, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, that's, sure, we got it, yeah.
I don't believe that Trump was not involved with Epstein. Yes. Just saying that. I mean, he met his wife through him.
Having a little trouble just...
Third wife.
Yes.
Yes.
Who is, last I checked, a little bit younger than him.
Well, I mean, sure, but what isn't?
Yeah, well, lots
He's
of things.
older than, like, Nebraskan time capsules. Call back.
So old. He's not older than Biden.
Yeah, well,
The one thing.
by like a minute.
Yeah.
I think he's older than Biden was now, is then.
Do you want a whiteboard or are you good?
I'm gonna need one of those conspiracy boards and some red string.
Okay, cool. We will get you some index cards and a
You know what?
corkboard.
Skip that. I just want the string. It's fun to play with string.
Okay, all right.
I'm
Are you a cat?
I'm a serious
Are you a little
journalist.
kitten? Are you gonna roll a little ball of string around? Is that
I'm
what's
a
happening?
news professional.
Yes.
And I like string.
Yes, you are a news professional, and that is why I am going to quiz you on the news. Are you ready? You read the news all day, every day, in preparation for the show. You have to put that away.
Man!
You can't cheat.
I can if you'd let me.
Well, I'm not going to let you. This is a serious news program, and we do serious things.
Fine.
So, audience, feel free to play along at home, and let me explain how the rules are going to work here. Okay?
I'm pouting while you do it, though.
Okay, you should.
And drinking.
So I have 10 questions here, and because you are a trusted news professional who does news all day, every day, you live it, you breathe it.
Yeah,
That's
sure, what
you-
you said.
Yeah. I expect you to get the majority of these right, okay? So there's 10 questions, and I think that you can get 6 of them right. I believe in you. Okay.
Well, I think you're both under and overestimating me.
We'll see. This would be a lot more fun if we added some stakes to the game, right?
I love steak. Steak is great. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Let's have some steak.
So we are not going to bet money on this because that just feels very like passe. Anybody
Yeah.
can bet money on a game.
Not anybody.
Any loser can just
The
throw around
loser
money on a game.
tried that. And
Yeah, no, we are a creative people, okay? And so what we're going to do is,
this is the part you were warning me about, right?
I was warning you about this, yes.
She warned me.
So if you do not get the majority of these questions right, if you get 5 or less questions correct, I'm going to make you drink something bad. And if you get 6 questions or more correct,
Okay.
I will have to drink the bad thing.
I like this.
Yeah, those are the stakes. Do you want to know what the bad thing is?
No, let me just preface with my bravery, my bravado.
Yes.
By saying that
So
as
brave.
a middle class male, possibly heterosexual white guy,
Are you white?
I know a thing or two about the majority.
He's very in tune with the people. A man of the people. A man of the
Realize
white
that
people.
Women are
specifically.
actually in the majority by just a very small margin.
That is actually true.
Yeah.
Do you want to find out what you're going to be drinking?
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, or I'm going to be drinking. We'll see. So this is called a buzzball, and I am just realizing that the green screen might fuck this up, so I may have to turn off the green screen.
Why don't we just cover it for our lawyers? This is called a thing. That thing.
Yes. So this is called a buzzball. It is a drink that is an alcoholic beverage that is in like a little ball.
It's
And-
one step shapely away from, I'm going to guess, gas station boner pills mixed with gas station uppers mixed with gas station nitrous.
Yes. So I came into possession of this at a white elephant gift exchange.
Whatever you
At
need to tell
Christmas?
yourself, tough guy.
So this was in a bag with some other joke gifts. I think I got some really cute socks or something.
And why are there 7 more in your fridge?
It has a little tab on the top, like a soda can. And this one is the Lime Rita Chiller.
God.
So this is supposed to be margarita adjacent, I suppose.
Aren't we all?
Let me read you the little
Sure, build up the suspense. Hurt me, go.
agave wine with natural flavors. Certified color and FD&C yellow number 5. So I hope you didn't like having a sperm count because we're just about to take that out, just nuke it from orbit.
Snippy doctor took care of that.
Okay, great.
No problem.
Getting personal on this
There were
episode.
some problems, actually.
Okay. We will hear about those at a later time.
Yeah.
So we've got this beverage here that I'm going to cover up so the green screen doesn't.
All right. Question on the rules, point of parliamentary procedure.
Yes, recognized.
Do we have to drink the whole thing?
I wouldn't make you do that.
Okay,
I
that
should-
eliminates my
I
follow-up
should
question about
note
chugging.
that it is room temperature.
Oh, God.
I think these are meant to be enjoyed cold, but we're going to...
Those are meant to be enjoyed drunk. Yeah. But all right, you know.
Those probably aren't the first drink you're going to have. That would be like the 5th drink you're going to have when you're really just going on a bender.
That's going to be the last drink you're going to have. And certainly the first one out again. So let's do this. I'm feeling brave. I'm feeling stupid.
Okay.
I know what's going on in the news, and I only forget the details when asked.
Great. Okay. So you're going to keep track of... Okay, cool.
Producer in the back there.
That's right. Producer Abby is here, making sure that we stay on track.
You may recognize her from her second job as an ICE agent.
That's right. She is not doing a great job keeping us on track, but no one really can. It's not possible. We set her up to fail is what we did.
Quit building the suspense and ask me the questions.
Okay, the Trump administration just sued which state over a law allowing transgender students to play on sports teams of their choice? Was it A, California,
Yes.
B, New York, C, Pennsylvania, or D, Illinois?
Oh, man, if I had my druthers, I'd pick all of the above. But it's the Trump administration and the name California was on there. California.
Correct.
Ka-ching.
Well done.
It's one against you.
One down. Okay, getting closer to having a little beverage here. Okay.
That's one for the majority, people. Shit, sorry.
Question number 2.
Silent majority.
One TSA perk will now be available to the masses, not having to remove their what? A, shoes, B, belts, C, jackets, or D, cell phones from pockets? Oh dear.
Shoes, hiding our luscious toes.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, that's green too.
Yeah, it is. We did not plan this very well.
I did not know these questions or my sock color in advance.
If anything disappears, this is just green screen. You are correct. Great job. 2 for 2. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see if we can
killing this.
fuck this up for you.
Like FEMA funding.
Okay. Question 3. Joey Jaws Chestnut was the winner again at this year's Nathan's Famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. How long did it take him to eat 70 1/2 hot dogs and buns? A, 9 minutes, B, 10 minutes, C, 11 minutes, D, 12 minutes.
Because I don't actually know. I do not know.
Yep.
Because A, I don't particularly enjoy hot dogs.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
Rack that up with the football.
Sure.
And B, I don't watch it. And C, I am a fake news professional. So I'm going to go with 9, 10, 11, or 12.
Yeah.
I'm putting him straight at the 10-minute mark. Straight there.
Oh my God, how did you do that? That is correct. Nice.
You are screwed.
Are we?
What are we?
Okay. Let me,
Oh, bro, yeah.
yeah, there we go. We really got to work on the secret handshake more.
We're just a dynamic. We with the.
Yeah, yeah. 3 down, 3 to go. You're doing great. You're doing way better, honestly, than either of us thought you were going to do.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm even guessing all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Question number 4. Who delivered a record-breaking speech on the House floor to delay the sweeping Trump agenda known as the Big Beautiful Bill? Was it A, Chuck Schumer, B, Nancy Pelosi, C, Hakeem Jeffries, or D, AOC?
Okay.
Correct. Oh my God, he's gonna make me drink this fucking thing, isn't he? You can't see it, but it's there.
One more question.
No, 2 more questions.
Was that a question?
No, I'm telling you. I came up with this.
Okay,
thing.
I'd have been hooked. All right.
2 more questions. Okay, and you have 6 questions left with which to get 2 more. So that's all you need to do.
In nomine Patre,
So-
testicles, and yeah.
Yeah, don't fuck this up. All right.
Okay.
Now, we all know Kristi Noem shot a dog. But what other animal did she describe killing on the same hunting trip? Was it A, a chicken, B, a deer, C, a fox, or D, a goat?
The same trip that we know about that she described.
Yes.
Because conceivably it's all of those things, and she just may not have mentioned. It was a goat. It was a goat. She killed a goat.
Oh my God.
Have you seen goats? They're cute. They're cute, and they hop around, and they poop wherever, which they're adorable when they do it, and they make it. I love them so much.
And they have rectangle eyes.
That's satanic.
It's
and I
really
adore it.
weird. Yeah, if you've never looked in the eyes of a goat, it's going to freak you out. I'm going to warn you right now. Okay, that was 5. You really
Hold on.
only need to get one
Just
more
hold this
correct.
in your hand
Oh,
while you
dear
read me
God.
the last one. I will hold this in my hand.
Dear God, I really don't want to drink this thing. It sounds so gross.
The tides have turned.
Room temperature. Put it down so my hand doesn't warm it up any further.
We shouldn't have done 10 questions. There's a possible 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're learning lessons as we go.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, question number 6. How much was US-based chip maker NVIDIA briefly worth on Wednesday? The first listed firm in history to break this record. Was it A, 3 trillion, B, 4 trillion, C, 5 trillion, or D, 5.5 trillion?
As much wood as a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. I don't know. 5.5. 5.5?
Incorrect! I'm still in the game. I don't have to drink this fucker yet. That's
Numbers
exciting.
are dumb.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
all in.
This one I think you might
Okay.
get. I'm a little worried. I'm really worried I'm going to have to drink
You're
this
worried.
stupid thing. Okay.
Okay.
Question.
Uh-oh.
Number
Ah,
7.
I don't speak French.
No.
Je ne parle pas français. Je parle anglais sous les monts. Sous les monts! Merde.
That wasn't bad.
Merci.
It's almost as good as your Spanish.
Okay.
In July 2025, newly released prison surveillance footage from the night of Jeffrey Epstein's death showed a missing segment. How much time was unaccounted for in the timestamp video? A, 120 seconds, B, 62 seconds, C, 122 seconds, or D, 55 seconds?
$62.
Fuck. I have to drink this stupid thing. Should I drink it now or do I wait until I've done asking you questions?
We agreed we didn't have to chug it, and you didn't have to drink the whole thing. So you have to prove to the people that you are a woman of your word.
Oh, God.
And enjoy this gutter filth.
I don't know if enjoy is the
for
correct
once
word.
Isn't a reference to me. Wow. Oh, that splashed a little. That's not going to come out in the wash now. All right. Cheers. L'chaim, to life. To life out there. Ooh.
Oh, that smells artificial.
Let's do the traditional toast of our people. 1, 2, 3. Fuck Ted Cruz.
Fuck Ted Cruz. Oh, God.
Yeah. Describe it to the people. Tell them what's happening to your face right now. Go
It's really sweet.
on. Go on.
and
Yes. How
very,
saccharine?
Like,
Yes.
but it's also like, now I like lime.
Okay. Is there any in that, or is that just food coloring?
It's a very artificial lime.
Okay.
Is what's happening in my mouth right now.
Are you wishing you'd picked more difficult questions at this exact second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have some questions to go. I'm going to let you ask me one more. If I get it wrong, I'll take the next swig.
Okay.
You have to read the ones you picked, though. You can't just fake
Yep,
one right
yep,
now
nope.
because they're extra steaks. I'll have 2 steaks.
I can't ask you in French or something.
I just won't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Je ne parle pas français. Ne parle pas français. Stupide de merde.
Question number 8.
Oui.
I can still taste it. Really lingers
It'll get into your
on the
cells.
back of the tongue. Which company sued Costco, accusing them of selling knockoffs of its products? I'm really off my game
I
right now.
read this one. Okay, go.
A, REI, B, Starbucks, C, IKEA, or D, Lululemon?
You're screwed. It's Lululemon.
Fuck.
I'm not doing that. Why would I? Oh, yeah. You want a double or nothing?
This has really been, it's really supposed to be over ice, I think.
No, it's supposed to be not done. All right, double or nothing. We're talking 2 swigs, big swigs
Oh, it's so
on this
tangy.
next one.
Okay.
All right, go. I'm on a roll here. What's the worst that could happen? Not you. You know what's the worst that could happen.
I think this is the worst that could happen.
Yes, that is correct. Okay, go.
In a case concerning the constitutionality of birthright citizenship, the Supreme Court issued a ruling that limited nationwide injunctions, diluting the power of which institution? A, Customs and Border Protection, B, State Supreme Courts, C, Immigration Courts, or D, lower federal courts?
Crap. It's lower federal courts, and you're going to have to drink some. Yeah. It was double or nothing, so you're up to 2 big swigs here. The lower federal courts have already...
Jesus Christ.
They've already interpreted that to mean that they can't make nationwide injunctions. So they've made large parts of the country injunctions instead.
Yeah, so now,
Just for the blue states.
I don't know if y'all heard, but there's like now a class action lawsuit with like every child and parent who is affected by the birthright citizenship thing.
Judge ruling, the parents cannot be a part of that because they are not directly affected. It's just the children who can be part of the class action suit.
They're not affected by having their children fucking deported out of the country?
Oh no, they are, but this is the best we get now. All right, last question. I will chug that if I get it wrong because I am...
You're not going to get it wrong. You're on a roll. And I'm going to have to drink more of this, and I hate it, and I don't like that I came up with this idea at all.
Mine's a gin and
This is
tonic.
dumb. I thought it was going to be really funny because I thought you were going to drink it, and I was really looking forward to that. Like all day I've been like, oh man, I can't wait to make him drink this shit, and then,
But you know what? Just one thing.
yeah.
Okay, go.
Question number 10.
Number 10.
Last question. Who has been put in charge of NASA after Elon Musk's preferred pick was pushed aside by Trump? Was it
multiple choice?
A, Marco Rubio, B, Pete Hegseth, C, Sean Duffy, or D, Janine Pirro?
All I remembered that it wasn't a dude. Which means... Just going to hand you this. Would you like to hold on to that while I answer? Mind you, I was going to chug the whole thing.
I'm not chugging the whole thing.
Andrea. Hey, Andrea.
I hate my life. This was
Andrea.
a dumb idea. Huh? What? Janine Pirro? That's incorrect. Sean Duffy.
Seriously?
Seriously. We highlighted the correct answer.
Wow, I really oversold that bragging. If there's one thing I love about competition, it's talking shit. And if there's one thing I'm bad at in competition, it's winning them.
Let's see what you think of that. God. I'm okay with you not chugging that. It's really bad.
That was a mistake. Oh.
That probably put a little hair on your chest, huh?
Someone's somewhere.
We should have had water ready to go after. I would have been fine if you did not do that. I was not going to make you do that at all. I would have been fine if you just took like a drink of it. But you drank a lot of that.
I'm not smart and I make bad decisions and
Yeah.
you knew that going in.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, it burns.
It does. It burns.
It really does.
The throat, the back of the tongue, kind of down here.
It's not even the
There's
alcohol
definitely
that burns, it's the yellow dye.
Yeah. I don't have any sperm left. I'll
I
tell you what.
can no longer apply for life insurance.
Yeah.
It will not be covered.
They watched you do that on camera, and yeah, you're
Mom,
uninsurable now.
Dad, stepmoms,
Yes.
additional moms. Love you. I made poor choices.
Well, now that you've brought honor to your family,
Indeed.
let's wrap up.
I have brought shame upon us all.
Yes, you.
All of us.
You have brought shame upon your house. So speaking of cocktails, you're probably going to go to a cocktail party, and if you're like us, there's probably going to be some nerds there. I'm married to a sociologist. We are friends
Super
with
nerd.
several
Love 'em.
sociologists. Hello, thank you. We love you, sociology team. And
Night, night,
yes, and everybody is always like, at one of these parties is like, so I heard on NPR the other day, and then they say something that makes them sound really smart. And like they do research, like my husband does research on the effects of the military on the environment. Spoiler alert, bad. In fact, a study came out this week showing that the biggest polluter in the world is the U.S. military.
And your husband caused that.
Yeah, indirectly.
Okay.
And so that's the kind of like, we hang out with smart people, and so we're always looking for something that like makes us sound smart at one of these
If you can't be the smartest person in the room, hang out near the buffet.
Exactly. But we want to send you into the middle of the room, and we want to send you armed with some information, okay? So,
Armed.
pinkies out. Everybody put your pinkies out. Let's pretend like we're at a swanky cocktail party, okay? Oh yes, let's hold a beverage that doesn't suck while we do this. It's even better. Oh, I should have drank more of that. That helps really rinse the taste out of your mouth.
Yes, you really should have. Transatlantic.
The taste lingers, right?
Oh,
For a long time.
festers.
Yeah.
It's filthy in here, all up in here.
Okay, so pinkies out. We're gonna give you something to say that sounds smart at cocktail parties.
Okay, all right.
So I'm the smart person, and you are the person engaging with me, and you're the type of person that enjoys ribaldry and things of the sort.
Indeed. Yeah.
Oh my stars! Did you hear what Ursula von der Leyen tried to do to save her own skin?
Oh, indeed, I probably did. Are there follow-up questions?
Yes. So, for those that haven't heard, she pledged to redirect EU regional funds directly to local authorities instead of national governments. Oh, Viktor
heavens.
Orban is soiling his pantaloons right now.
So soiled. You're going to want to OxyClean. Yes. Oh, well, have your people.
We'll see if that's enough to get the poor thing out of a no confidence vote.
That was a good lesson in being smart at a cocktail party.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You talk about Ursula von der Leyen. You talk about stuff going on in the EU, and, you know, nobody here is, we don't know what the fucking EU is.
What's a that's like a Vanderpump?
Yes, same family.
Okay.
Same
okay.
family.
Makes sense,
And Ursula, like the sea witch.
Oh, Sea Queen, yeah, Sea Witch.
Sea witch. Sea witch.
I've been saying it's sandwich this whole
Yeah,
time.
no, it's different in Europe.
That's closer to the shore.
Yes, exactly. So put that under your cap and
Or in
pull
your
it out
pipe.
when you need it. And when you're talking to some smarty at a cocktail party, you're going to be prepared. So you're welcome.
I believe this horse was diabetic. Just like that. Try it like that.
Exactly. That's the perfect delivery. Austin, anything to add before we close up?
Why, you a cop?
So, in conclusion, don't drink whatever that was.
Learn your trivia and don't shit talk.
Exactly. And don't make up stupid games that you think are going to backfire on your co-host, but then they backfire on you until the end where they double backfire on him. Actually, that part was kind of worth it.
It was not. Yeah. That was a lie she just told you. She is lying to you.
We are going to be back with our podcast on Wednesday. We will have comedy all on the channel all throughout the week. So subscribe, turn on the notifications so you don't miss a single one, because we're going to have funny shit coming at you like a cannon. Like
We've
a
done
cannon
a lot
funny
of
shit.
work for you
That's right. So,
out there in internet land.
yes.
We're not in internet land.
No.
I drank the whole thing, all right? I don't have to get all the letters anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're done for the evening. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Love
Love
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.